been a little over 2 years since I picked up my 2006 Honda Accord V6 6-speed sedan. When I first got it, it had about 72,000 miles, and within the 2 years that I've had it, we've gone up to 94,000. So of course, it's been driven a whole lot more since I've gotten it than it was in its previous life, I guess you could say. This specific car was built in October of 2005, so it's officially 20 years old now. So I guess kind of in honor of those milestones, I figured I'd give the car a little refresh. A few mechanical things have been taken care of, and then one major aesthetic thing. And I guess that aesthetic thing is where I can go ahead and start. These wheels are actually new to the car within the past 2 or so weeks. The 17s that came on the 6.6 Accord originally, they're nice, but I always have preferred a split spoke design. So I figured I would kind of seek some out. Ultimately, I came across these on Facebook Marketplace. Got them mounted, and I'm pretty happy with them so far. So these were originally offered on the 2014 to 2015 Civic Si as an optional upgrade. They are true, genuine HFP or Honda Factory Performance wheels, and for what I paid for them, again, I'm not disappointed whatsoever. Now, I am transparent enough to say that these are not perfect. I think that front driver's side one probably is the best condition. There is some noticeable curb rash on the other ones, but it's nothing that you notice in too much detail unless you look really closely. But nonetheless, like I said, I think they look pretty nice, and I felt like this car needed some type of enhancement to make it look just slightly better, and I think these wheels definitely got that job done. And then as far as mechanical things, so this car, again, does have 94,000 miles on it, but it's also 20 years old and set for a while. So there was some deferred maintenance items. I'll go ahead and kind of mention the elephant in the room, which is the fact that this car does have some rust. Originally, the car came from Ohio, so it was exposed to some conditions that I wasn't quite used to in South Carolina. But nonetheless, it hasn't been too much of a deal. It hasn't been as much of an issue as I originally thought it was going to be. But nonetheless, as far as maintenance goes, timing belt was taken care of about a month ago. At the same time, the water pump was done, spark plugs were done, and then within the past couple days, new power steering pump, new radiator, and of course, they did all of the services that go along with those as well. So I think that this thing is ready for another 100,000 miles at least. It's made it so far, and there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to continue to do well. This is my, I want to say, fourth J-Series V6 that I've owned, and I've been pretty happy with all of them. I think if you treat them well, they'll treat you well in return. But yeah, aside from that, nothing much has truly changed about the car. It's still reliable. I still enjoy the crap out of it every time I drive it, and this car actually has become my daily driver now. So my 2014 Accord, unfortunately, is no longer with me. Story for a different day, but for that reason, this car is my daily driver, and I really couldn't be more pleased with it. Of course, there are some people who claim that daily driving a manual is difficult because of traffic, so on and so forth. And I'm not going to say that I completely disagree, but I think that the enjoyment that this car offers supremely outweighs any disadvantages that I could point out. Again, 20 years since this one was built, nearly 50 years since the Honda Accord has been in production, and I'm happy to own an example of the Accord that proves that Honda actually once put effort into making these cars interesting, if not completely fun to drive. Of course, the Honda Accord has been reduced to either a 200 something horsepower hybrid sedan, or even less than 200 if you go for the 1.5 turbo. Whereas this car, that J38.5, put out 244 horsepower. Of course, I'm not going to make the claim that it's still making that, but nonetheless, four-door family sedan with the V6 and a 6-speed manual is practically unheard of today, especially when you consider what the Honda Accord has become. So I'm happy that I get the chance to say I own such a great example.